Welcome out to the Nerd Effect News Show. We are on episode number 6. I am one of your nerd news anchors, Dustin Vancouver, joined by my buddies,
Malcolm Hogan
and Mason Ireland.
And Nikki Prindle can't make it this week. She's got some family things she's taking care of. And
happy thoughts, Nikki. Happy thoughts.
Yes.
Yep. Positive vibes towards Nikki.
We miss you already. And
hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. But that doesn't mean she's not in our presence, because we are going to read her news article for her.
Yes.
So, all right. I guess any catch-up news that we need to do? How you guys' week going so far?
So far, so good.
Ditto.
Well, I already talked to you guys about it, obviously, but yeah, doing a temp job, tech support for trees.
You should just leave it at that, because if you don't put artificial in front of it, it just sounds funny.
Yeah.
It's even more confusing.
Yeah.
Super confusing.
Did you try planting it? Did you try watering it?
Did you try giving it sunlight? If you answered no to any of these questions, you're doing it wrong.
You know, put aside it's time to walk off that job, maybe I'll start asking those questions.
Like on the very last day of the job, just...
Nah, actually, this is a pretty good company, so I'm going to stick it out as long as I can. So
try putting water in the electrical outlet.
Don't suggest that to some people. They will try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's just... I'm hoping that people listening to the show are smart enough not to try that. I'm just waiting for somebody to go, damn, I haven't tried that yet, and then take my word on it. It's not true, people. Water and electricity are not friends.
Well, no, they're really friendly with each other. They just don't want to. You just don't want to be invited to the party.
Mm-hmm.
I like that analogy.
We're going to try to shock boot your phone here. So you just need to go ahead and pick it up and throw it at the wall as hard as you can. That's okay. It's a shatterproof screen, so once it impacts, it's going to cause the phone to restart. You know, it's an impact restart. It'll just clear it up, get it re-going for you.
Speaking of cell phones, I repaired a Galaxy S4 over the weekend. For the first time. So that was fun. Only, unfortunately, it was due to my own ignorance, but my own accident.
Yeah.
I've replaced the glass on my personal screen, for those who don't know. And it looks nice and shiny and brand new now. This is actually the second time I've replaced the glass on it, because the first time I did it, it broke. And due to, I could get into the details of it. Basically, there's two methods. There's the double-sided tape method, which I don't recommend.
Yes.
It's a good temporary fix, but the durability of your screen is going to be far less, because it creates a small gap between the LCD and the actual glass. And I don't recommend it, just because there's a little bit of flex there, and it'll break easier. And then once it breaks, it'll just start falling into tiny pieces.
Yes.
There's the other method.
Glass tends to do when it's broken.
Yes. And it's no fun when it's in your pocket.
No.
The other method is the UV glue method. It's called Loca glue, which is cool. It's basically how phones are made anyway. And so what I did is I bought new glass again, took the old glass off, and used the glue. And you basically take the glue, it's electronic safe, and you just kind of spread the glue out over the screen, and you slowly put the glass down and squeeze it out, and it just kind of squeezes out the sides and all that stuff. Either I squeezed too hard or something, but the day after I had set the glue, I got some air bubbles up in my screen. Little tiny ones are just kind of off to the side. But hi, folks.
And we're back from technical difficulties.
So, a thing happened. We're not sure what that thing was. We know that the recording ended at air bubbles. We were like halfway in through, well, we were almost done with Nikki's news, and then it went... Yeah. And that's a scientific term. I don't know if you knew that or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave that in. And in fact, you probably heard a technical... I'm going to edit some sort of technical difficulty sound into the beginning of that, and we're going to start right back where we left off. So we ended at air bubbles on my cell phone. I'm not sure where we really went after that. I think we just kind of went right into the
We
news.
did the more you know and started Nikki's news.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So the more you know.
Yay.
Do. All right. So let's go into Nikki's news, which is,
Motherfucking hoverboards.
and we started talking about how holy shit, self-lacing shoelaces.
Self-lacing shoes.
And then I was saying Nike had repro shoes that looked exactly like the 80s ones. And then,
Yeah, but if they don't actually tie the laces themselves, it's not what you're looking for in the shoe, because style's style. And, well, like I said before, the 80s had bad style for the
Yes.
most part.
yeah, except for goth and
So-
industrial.
Right, except for goth, industrial, and punks.
So backtracking. Hoverboards? What?
Yes.
So, a company called Hendo has finally made all of our 80s wishes come true. Michael J. Fox would be proud. And they have actually made the first completely legit hoverboard as a prototype. And they have about a minute and 10-second video or so of Tony Hawk just kind of scooting around on it, making cool little twisty moves on it, and just being Tony Hawk and giving his seal of approval. It's a pretty cool little video. We'll have the Nerdist link and the GIF link for that Nikki originally put up. So anyway, yeah, totally legit hoverboard, and it'll obviously be some time before they get them down to size. It's not exactly like the kick flippy style skateboard you kind of hope it might be. It's pretty beefy. It's like a plank, like a full sized plank, because they got to actually house the hover units.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's about the size of a skateboard from the 80s, like an actual skateboard from the 80s that were really large. But it's also thick, so it's got a lot of weight. So yeah, kick flips not anytime soon.
No, not by any stretch of the means.
However, it will be interesting when they get the technology miniaturized a bit and we can have those in the soles of our shoes.
Yes, and hover Heelys, I think we brought up.
Yes,
Which would be an interesting thing to see. Brains go.
and of course, if they can get the technology working right, I want a speeder bike from Star Wars. So
Yeah, that won't be legal anytime soon. Of course, then again, they just made a flying car, I think, didn't they?
Well, they still got we can't do drones yet. So we got a ways.
well,
If anything, we'll go to frickin' Europe. We'll go somewhere where the laws are lax and just
Europe doesn't
hover
have
back
lax laws.
Siberia.
Lol.
Siberia has laws, or not, depending on if you can pay off the right people. What? It's Russia.
You got the money.
Taking a speeder bike on the Autobahn.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Except for always having to merge right.
Lol.
You could just take it out to Death Valley and cruise around the desert.
You know, say I'd take it out to like Death Valley or the Salt Flats in Utah and just gun it.
Yep. You ain't gonna hit nothing.
That's kind of the point.
Not for a while.
Say, I'm not going to be doing an actual Star Wars thing and going through like the redwoods of California. No.
Oh, that would be insane.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So yeah. Hoverboard.
Yeah.
Yay, technology.
Yay for science and
Which
technology.
is weird because this is only a little more than a year later after the April Fool's joke
Yeah.
that they'd put out, which also had Tony Hawk in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of funny. All right, got 3 more newses. Do you want to?
I can go.
Oh, you just want to go? You're not going to do the Rochambeau?
I don't have all 4 of us here.
Okay.
Seems like cheating.
Okay.
So Nikki won by default. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I think we should end with Mason's because I like his better.
Okay.
all right.
Oh, and while Mike looks that up, I'm gonna.
So,
Anybody who may have been paying attention to any news over the last couple weeks may know that we landed.
okay,
a
Kim
spacecraft.
Kardashian's ass was. Oh wait, sorry, I was doing what the news media, actual news media,
Get-
did to the
Get,
story.
get. Kim Kardashian's ass aside.
Wait, we had a drone land on Kim Kardashian's ass.
It's kind of got the shape, you know.
But it was actually.
We landed on a comet.
NASA, bitches.
Yep. So, a little bit. This landing had so much bad luck.
Yeah.
It's really. Oh my god. So,
even with the bad luck, remember, we landed on a comet.
yeah, it's on the comet. It's there. It just didn't do it like we wanted it to. So, they did. Let's see, the Philae place.
I can't remember what
Fellatio?
Where's the name?
It's the first letter or word.
Philae, yeah.
Philae, yeah. It's like, God, I've been hearing it all week.
Philae, yeah.
Keep getting it wrong. So Philae landed on the comet. It bounced. They found that it had several components to the lander that was supposed to keep it from bouncing. There was a harpoon that failed to fire. There were cold thrusters that were designed to thrust it down against the surface so it wouldn't go anywhere. Those failed to go off. And because both of those failed, it was unable to get its drills that it had in its feet to be able to get a hold and connect it up to the surface. So it spent a few hours bouncing off the surface a few times. When it finally did settle, it ended up basically wedged up under a cliff. So it was not getting enough light to the solar panels. The cameras it had, I mean, we basically got a picture of a face of a cliff.
But it's the face of a cliff on a comet.
Yeah.
The size of L.A.
Yeah.
And I think it was roughly 30 or 60 hours, something like that. I don't remember.
Also the same size as Kim Kardashian's ass, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh!
Hey!
Lol. So, they did get quite a bit of data while they're on the surface. They found evidence of organic molecules. Fucking A. Yeah. So, definitely a lot of good data was gathered. They're still going over the data that they got. I did see something stated that hopefully, what was it, about February, somewhere like early next year, they're hoping that it'll be in a position that the comet will be at an angle where the sun will actually hit it again, be able to hit the solar panel, charge it up, and get it to come out of the snooze mode.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to get some more data in the future too.
And also, it recorded sounds, frequencies that were like on a super low level, but they brought them up so that they'd be audible by the human ear. And I'm going to play that for you right now because it's fucking badass.
It's like a predator mating call.
Anyway, this goes on for about a minute, but
Yeah.
it's pretty badass nonetheless. So yeah, when you first hear that, just kind of like what Mike said, everybody's been kind of comparing it to the sound that the predator makes when he's on the hunt.
Yep.
Or in this case, apparently the hunt for booty. Hopefully,
Kim Kardashian's
booty.
ass. Yeah.
Bringing it back around. Woo! So yeah, we done fucking landed on a comet, and that's hooray, human race.
Yep.
We win.
And I'm not even gonna bring up the poor bastards who fucking got berated because of his goddamn shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I've worn worse shirts myself, and have never been told I was.
I didn't even hear about this one.
So the lead scientist who was in it's like a 20-year mission that this happened. It started in what, 2004? No,
Sounds right.
10 years.
So a 10-year, okay, but
Yeah,
anyway,
about
Nonetheless,
when we noticed the comet way out there, yeah,
maybe it's been planned for 20 years. Got it out in 04. I don't remember the entire story, but it's been a long fucking time. And they finally get an interview with the scientist, and when he shows up for the interview, he's wearing basically kind of like the same, like the bowler shirts that I kind of used to wear a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And it's got just a bunch of pinup art on it, and it was a shirt made by a friend of his, and he got berated because it was sexism. I was like, you're kidding me. This guy just fucking landed a comet landed a fucking rover on a comet, and you're gonna give him shit for his shirt?
Of course they are.
And it was art. It's not like it was just some chick with her legs splayed out on his shirt or anything. It was tastefully done, at least in my opinion. I've seen pinup art that's nice. It was like Olivia type stuff, you know, or stuff that Nicole Brune would have done, you know, that kind of thing. So the guy got berated for it, like on national TV, basically. And then a week later, he like breaks down in tears, crying, apologizing for what? I have no idea.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have to apologize for that. Go you, your shirt fucking rules.
Yeah.
But poor guy. I feel bad for him. But
yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
yeah. So good on you, dude. You're badass.
Yes.
Don't let don't let the haters hate. No. That's exactly what's happening. Anyway.
Feminists and their raging vaginas. You can send a hate mail to mike@nerdeffect.com.
I would like to note that I do not share Mike's opinions.
How do you move on from that?
GTA?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, this is going to go over well.
So, yeah, we'll just follow up right with that. So speaking of taking things to the limit, I would at least like to say that this game does have a TV, or has an MA rating at least. That guy didn't have a warning on his shirt.
Oh.
Horrible.
Yes.
He's a badass. Rockstar's a badass game company. I don't care what you say. But they've taken this whole thing. It's gone weird. Like it's been taken to a place of like just you don't know how to feel at this point. But so there's a patch out now that allows people with the PC version of the game specifically that allows you to play Grand Theft Auto in a first-person view. This includes everything from running around to driving in the cars, completely open sandbox world. Where it gets a little weird though is that you guessed it, you can pick up hookers
and have a first-person view.
A first-person view of whatever service you purchase. The particular video that's in the link that we're putting up is by PC Gaming Magazine, and he picks up a hooker, pays her the $50 or whatever it is, and gets some face to crotch action.
It's called he got head or got a blowjob, Dustin. Hopefully everyone that listens to this podcast is an adult.
Yes.
And they understand what those terms are.
Some mouth to penis resuscitation.
He played the skin flute.
Well, she played the skin flute.
And then in true,
that's what I say.
In true,
you said he.
I said she.
No, you didn't.
I'll try to.
We can play it back later. And then in true Grand Theft Auto action, promptly get out of the car after the said service is done, and kills the hooker and takes her money.
Why?
Which I was always under the impression, even though I've never actually played a GTA game very far. I think the farthest I ever got was 4 or 3, whichever one came out for the PS3.
4.
4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the farthest I ever got into a GTA game was 4 when I played it at your house for a little while.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was just a given that whenever you got a services from a hooker in GTA, you got out of the car and killed them and took their money.
This is actually the video is actually from the PS4 version, so it's not just PC.
Oh,
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, and that's right. The controversy of there was the hot coffee mod, from San Andreas.
Yep. Back in the day, and that was a fan created mod. That wasn't even an official mod.
No, but I think it was it was a
the resources for it were already in the game.
They were already on the game.
The mod unlocked them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was something they were planning on making in the game. They had like the coding and graphics and stuff for
Yeah,
it.
it says.
But then they disabled it because they didn't want the MA rating.
Basically, there was a mini game buried within the code that let you. It was a sex mini game.
Yeah.
Basically, in San Andreas.
Yep.
I think Rockstar's just kind of like, fuck it at this point. It's gonna sell.
Yeah. Well, that and basically, Rockstar's audience is older teenagers, in other words, 16, 17 years old, and adults. There's not, if the parents are remotely aware, like they should be, or, aware as a parent honestly should be about what their kids are doing, it's okay for Rockstar to make an adult game because parents are going to go, no, you're 12, you don't need to play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, because this generation of kids behind us is going to be growing up into a world where their parents played video games when the ESRB rating was introduced and all that stuff.
And we know better.
Whereas when we were kids, it was like, hey, Grandma, can I get Mortal Kombat? Sure.
Yeah. Well, Mortal Kombat isn't even that bad.
No, not by comparison.
Yeah. I mean, even the modern Mortal Kombats with like showing the damage and stuff, they're still not that bad. It's just fighting games.
Well, the fatalities are fucking brutal.
Yeah, but they're fighting games, and it's very non-realistic violence. Whereas GTA still keeps a foot in a very sardonic reality.
That's true.
So there is a bit of difference there about maturity level. I don't think any game should be banned because I think games are art, even though there's games I don't like. And I'm not saying I don't like GTA. I've just never really played them.
Are you calling Candy Crush art?
Candy Crush is the art of taking stupid people's money.
Well, one, yes. But two, the picture of dogs playing poker and Elvis on Velvet are technically art. And that's kind of where Candy Crush falls into the scheme of things. Whereas, you're looking at like Skyrim, Mass Effect, they're Rembrandt, Da Vinci.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a spectrum of art just like in any other art.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's art, technically. But, it's just like, I don't have anything against GTA. I don't care. And I've never played one. I've never gotten into it. And if parents don't find the content of it objectionable, it's up to them, not the manufacturers of a game, to keep it away from their kids. And I like that Rockstar's basically going, you know what? Our games are mature. They're meant for mature audiences. We're just going to make them the way we want to make them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what needs to be done. They should not cater all games to 12-year-olds. Games should have a variety, just like movies have a variety, just like books have a variety. And that being said, I can enjoy, as an adult, I can still enjoy a PG movie or a teen novel, such as the Harry Potter novels. Those are meant for young kids and teens. They're still an enjoyable novel to read. I can still watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a PG movie,
mm-hmm.
and enjoy it. In fact, Nightmare Before Christmas, as I've said multiple times, is my favorite movie. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy R-rated content too, and in games you can do that. You can have that same spectrum and still enjoy multiple places on that spectrum as an adult. Or, if you're a kid, parents should watch it and, okay, I don't want my kid to see an R movie yet. I don't want my kid to play GTA 5 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So as an adult, enjoy your Mario.
And your GTA.
And your GTA.
Yes.
And your virtual blowjobs in a car from a first-person point of view.
Yeah.
Just don't let your kids play it. That's
exactly.
Are we still recording?
I've been checking on and off, so I believe we are.
Okay, good.
Yay, we still are.
We win.
We're still here, people.
Yes.
We haven't left. It's all good.
There hasn't been another round of technical difficulties.
I really don't know what stopped it last time. I didn't hit anything. I was just clicking back and forth between the news articles, and then I went back to check something, and it just stopped. Don't know why.
Well, it's the first time it's happened in over a year, so
It's a pretty good run.
pretty good run.
Yeah.
Something had to happen eventually.
Hey, at least you weren't recording out of the microphone on your computer.
That's true.
Yes.
Yes. So Mason, the KKK and white supremacists are idiots.
Yes, they are. And segues are hard, right, Dustin?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ferguson, Missouri. By the way, shit's still going down there, people. Granted, news media isn't paying attention to it anymore because it's now not getting them ratings, which is unfortunately what news media thinks they're supposed to get instead of reporting the damn news.
Kim Kardashian's ass.
Right.
That's important.
No, it's really not.
No.
Sorry, need to take a drink.
Yeah. Suck it down, Mason.
Barks has bite.
Barks indeed has bite, and it's
yes.
tasty, tasty bite. So the local chuckleheads of the Ku Klux Klan.
I don't know why that made me laugh. It's like it's the most common used term to call somebody an idiot, but the chuckleheads.
Have promised to use lethal force in Ferguson to defend in bunny ears themselves against the protesters. And, defend, quote unquote, society against the protesters.
Well, they were threatening physical harm against anybody wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, weren't they?
Among other things. That came out after this article did.
Oh, okay.
So, Anonymous already having a stake in Ferguson because
Mason, remind us who Anonymous is.
Anonymous is Legion. Anonymous is faceless. Anonymous is a bunch of hackers who get together and do hacktivism.
God bless him for it.
Yes. So Anonymous, having already basically had a stake in Ferguson because of just talking about it, they hadn't really done anything because, no one was really using the internet as far as Ferguson goes, except for news reporting. So the KKK came out as I said before, the bunch of chuckleheads that they are, and basically threatened violence against people that were rioting in Ferguson or protesting in Ferguson. And issued a bunch of racially motivated threats against civil rights activism, blah blah blah. They're the normal KKK bullshit. And then Anonymous went, hell no, and took over their Twitter and their Facebook and their website, and did let's just say they improved the quality of all said things by taking them over. So, yeah. The KKK, let's see, it was Traditionalist American Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, which operates out of the town of Park Hills, 75 miles south of Ferguson, who are the ones that were doing this, doing all of this. So, yeah, this wasn't even like they were in Ferguson, Missouri. This was a group of people 75 miles to the south. But, yeah. They're, doing the whole, and so, yeah, they were, sorry, got flustered for a second. So the KKK was doing their threats, and, Anonymous did what Anonymous does and attacked them, and now they're threatening people in Guy Fawkes masks also, because Anonymous wears Guy Fawkes masks.
And by threatening the KKK, we mean like exposing every single member in that area.
Yes. And I really don't
Posting screenshots of their Facebook pages and putting them up on Twitter and whatnot.
yes.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, go Anonymous, because you couldn't do it to a nicer group of people. Because, yeah.
And if Anonymous is listening, do us a favor and start exposing some of the people up northern Idaho too, because that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing anything currently.
No,
But
of course, Anonymous did come out in their video and say that they're all for expressing your rights as a freedom. It's when you start threatening physical action. Right.
Exactly. And that's the thing is that the opinion of a KKK member, well, one, I think that people should be held accountable for their opinions. Mm-hmm. So walking around in a ghost outfit is bullshit. You know, or if you're gonna wear that dumbass outfit, show your face. Admit to people who you are if you're going to have those views. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm willing to stand up for any and all of my views, my face uncovered, because that's what I believe. Mm-hmm. And the KKK fears doing that in modern America because they fear getting censure. Whereas they want to be full of hate, but be hidden about it. You know, and Anonymous, part of the point of Anonymous is that Anonymous is faceless. They are not, they are a collective. They are not individuals.
Right.
Because of the way law works, it's legal to be associated with the KKK, but you can't say I'm part of Anonymous without getting arrested because technically, according to the way the law works in the U.S., Anonymous is illegal.
They're also vigilantes, I think.
Anonymous?
In their eyes.
Well,
just by the way they act.
They're protesters, vigilante. They're pro-social justice in most of the time.
Right.
Whereas the KKK is anti-social justice and it's okay to be a member of them. But you can't say you're a member of Anonymous and still be counted as a legal citizen. You all of a sudden become a wanted felon.
Like Batman without getting your face beaten in.
Right. So there's definitely a double standard and hypocrisy that Anonymous has to deal with. And, you know, if the members of Anonymous could come out and say who they were, that would be great. And I think the exposure of KKK members was awesome. And keep up the good work, Anonymous.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, couldn't do it to a better bunch of people.
Yeah. The news post you have here didn't have what I've seen, but
right, that was an older news post. That was like the day it happened.
Yeah, some of the news posts I saw, I mean, they were posting the screenshots of, I think the final post they put on the KKK's Twitter feed was like a rainbow unicorn. Like it was like a unicorn put up with a big rainbow in the background. Like that was their final post on the KKK's Twitter feed. But other than that, it was like mostly like exposing the local group of that area and all their Facebook pages and like, hey, here's a guy who's in KKK and his fucking messed up wife. And it's just kind of, it's pretty funny just how they went about exposing it. Total nonviolence, but of course now people in that area are going to know who they are.
Yeah.
So,
but like I said, if you want to have those views, you should stand up and expose your face and have them. You shouldn't hide.
Oh, they were also posting phone numbers.
Yeah,
and
the phone numbers
is
phone numbers and addresses is, in my opinion, a little bit far. But it's if you're going to have the views, stand up and support them. If you don't feel like you should be able to stand up and support your views, don't have them. Or stay silent. But if you choose to stay silent, don't join a group like the KKK, even if that's what you support. And hopefully people listening to this podcast don't support the KKK. Actually, if you are listening to this podcast and you support the KKK, fuck you and quit listening to our podcast.
Just stop now. So, yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I had a couple of side newses. One, I think we should bring up Random Megaran's Kickstarter. He fucking nailed that Kickstarter. He was only asking for 5,000 and ended up with 18. So, for those of you who don't know, Raheem Jarbo, or
AKA Random, AKA Mega Ran.
Yep. Total badass guy, did a podcast with us back at Tamagotchi Fest.
Go look it up. It was really good.
Yeah, it was a fun time. He put up a Kickstarter to do basically a documentary on nerdcore from his perspective called Megalomania. And he's going to do a new album with it. And probably the coolest thing I've heard in a long time, actually create a custom NES cartridge with all the music on it, which is fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like that touches me in ways no woman will ever know. Don't tell Jen. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that's pretty cool.
Tell Jen.
I just love the idea of it. It's freaking cool. Custom homebrew NES and Super NES cartridges, like those have been kind of a thing that have been popping up over the last like 5 years or so. People creating their own homebrew games and whatnot, and actually making them playable on an NES cartridge, which is just damn awesome.
The thing is also the technology for an NES cartridge or an NES or a SNES, either one. Mm-hmm. It's so inexpensive nowadays because of how all the limits that you have to put on putting stuff into those cartridges, and the fact that your resistors are like a freaking inch long back then, and,
right?
I mean, they're just how much more you could even pack into them nowadays is amazing.
Have you ever seen
things like save files, people?
Have you ever seen ever cracked open an NES cartridge? Because it's like only the bottom quarter of the actual cartridge is actually used.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just empty space, which is crazy.
I think they were planning on having cartridges with more stuff later. It just never really happened.
Yeah.
Well, the technological advances happened that allowed for the creation of the SNES. And
you could make a Super Nintendo in the size of a cartridge.
Easy.
Yeah, very easy.
And the other one was...
Well, I'm going to look at my phone here, which is smaller than a Super Nintendo cartridge, and point out that it's probably on the magnitude of 50 times as powerful as a SNES.
Oh, so maybe I want to bring up 3 Newses, because I also just read that Intel is bringing out a portable hard drive that's using 3D technology, which basically almost allows for whatever size you feel like is necessary that you want, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like basically a bunch of solid-state drives kind of stacked up on each other in a crazy configuration.
That's a lot of porn. I'm getting looks, people.
By the end of
I was thinking I'll never have to uninstall a video game again.
That yes.
But yeah, go Intel. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the other thing was that's just that I wasn't even going to bring that up until we were just talking about space. I mean hard drive space, not outer space. But the other one was this was more funny than anything. It involves politics, and I always hate bringing up politics, but whatever. That the local GOP hired Larry Craig.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know, some years ago, Larry Craig got picked up.
Senator of Idaho at the time.
Yes. Got picked up at an airport for soliciting sex in a men's bathroom. God bless America.
Yep.
He's back, people.
Wonder if he still has that wide stance.
I think he's a what is he, like a financial advisor or something like that? I can't remember what they picked him up as, but I do remember that the quick article I took a quick breeze at was something about finance. So, but nonetheless, the fact that they hired him is just enough for me to make me giggle.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my side news.
I think we're good for news today.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well then, we hope you guys. This episode will come out before Thanksgiving. So on that note, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hope it's
Eat the turkeys.
full of food.
All the turkeys and the pies and the potatoes and the stuffings and
gut explosions.
And if you are so inclined, the cranberries.
Take a solid nap.
Yeah, pass the fuck out afterward, because that's what Thanksgiving meals are good for.
Whilst watching football. Like, even if you don't like football, it has to be watching football.
Okay.
And then at least 2 of us go work Black Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then for you poor bastards who have to work on Black Friday, or worse yet, have to work on Thanksgiving, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Insert David Tennant, I am so sorry meme here.
We are fully supportive of anybody who is required to work on Thanksgiving. Those companies need to be banned.
Yeah. Well, I support the employees, not the companies.
And I support GameStop for not doing that.
Yeah.
They've come out
Yes.
very fastly and said, fuck you, I'm not opening on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
So, go gamers.
Yep.
Thought about it ahead of
We'd
time
rather
on
be at
that
home
list.
playing video games.
But yeah.
So there you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Plus, nothing comes out on Thursday. Games come out on Tuesdays in America.
Yes,
There's no reason to be open on Thursday.
but the Black Friday deals happen.
Wait till fucking Friday.
Right. Yep. Whatever happened to just getting up at balls 30 in the morning and going to a store on that Friday? At least give yourself a chance to sleep.
Just stay home and go on the internet. Come on, people.
Cyber Monday.
Fucking Black Friday is already happening on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like they started it a week early.
Newegg
And
started.
Newegg did too.
I was saying, no, Newegg started the 1st of November. They started doing sales.
Like month long.
Yeah, it's just month-long sales, weekly sales. Nice. The thing is that they're good sales, but they also are very well aware of what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're keeping the way they're writing the ads and stuff. They're very much aware of the fact that they're both playing into Black Friday and the consumerist culture that it represents, but also they're also taking a stab at it in a lot of ways, because I don't think they want to work on Thanksgiving Day either. You know?
Well, thankfully they're online and they can just take orders all day long and then fulfill them later.
Right. But what I'm saying is that, you know, they sympathize with retail employees.
Right. I'm sure they'll have to have some online tech support on
Probably.
Thanksgiving.
Actually, what I think would be cool, but it's hard to do because of the international nature of the internet. But like, have retail websites shut down on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day.
Like,
you know, like,
hi, thanks for visiting. You can't buy anything today.
right. But the problem is that, well, you know, in Europe, the day starts earlier than it does in America. And how do you ban just the IPs of one country? Well, you can do that. That's not a problem. Yeah, there's a lot of, I know there's a lot of weirdness involved, but like, you know, just have it so like, if it's an American holiday, none of your American employees are working. If it's a Canadian holiday, none of your Canadian employees are working. If it's, you know,
So you're
English
saying
holiday,
just black out the site for...
yeah, basically, or have the site available, but no tech support. No one's there going to be helping you for those 24 hours if you're from America or whatever.
I mean, what if the website suffers a complete shutdown? Like the servers crash or something?
Well, if like the actual servers
Always have
crashed,
people on call for that, though.
well, one, there's usually people on call for that anyway. But two, if the actual servers crashed, like boom, hardcore,
They're not coming back up.
they're not coming back up that quick anyway. It's going to be probably over 24 hours before they're online again. So, you know.
Plus, they probably got backup servers somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah. No big business like Amazon or Newegg or something has servers in one place. They have multiple servers all over.
that would be
Hey,
insane.
we did it again.
What?
We were going to end the show, and we added 10 minutes to it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Hey, we still haven't hit an hour yet, so we should keep going. We got like 12 minutes.
What was that after you started recording?
Well, now
after the
I just
crash?
want to quit.
No, I'm just...
What was that after we started recording after the crash, though?
Total runtime, regardless of the crash.
Okay.
Or the stop, I mean.
Yeah. Whatever it was.
Yeah, the ghost stop. I think I had... it was the ghost of Christmas past touching the stop button.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Alrighty then.
All right, well, we'll end on that note. So,
No, we can't end on that note. That's a Christmas note. That ain't fucking happening until December. So, happy Turkey Day.
happy Turkey Day.
Yay. Go shank a Black Friday.
Yeah, good luck to all you... to the people who actually celebrating Black Friday, good luck. God bless you all. I've done Black Friday before.
Don't get
It's a
killed.
trip.
Don't go to jail.
I stood in line with my wife in a wheelchair, whilst 8 months pregnant, outside of a Toys R Us
Bring 2 bottles.
at like 3 a.m.
2 bottles. 1 per in, 1 per out.
Oh Jesus, wasn't that bad? I'll tell you what though, Toys R Us did play it safe though, because they were like, it was basically first come first serve, as it should be, and they didn't let people fucking trample over each other, unlike Walmart and the malls.
I would say the Boise Mall is usually pretty orderly about stuff.
I well, they had that instance a couple years back where they were giving out the gift bags at the beginning. Like
Yeah.
the first 100 people got like some sort of like mall gift bag,
Yeah.
and people were fucking like just running over each other.
Yeah. Most years they've done that for a long time, and most years it goes off no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Be kind, people.
yeah,
Don't be a douche.
right. Anything in that free gift bag isn't really that big of a deal.
Well, I meant in general.
Yeah.
The extra $20 off whatever item you're trying to get isn't worth your life or a broken arm, because your
Yeah.
hospital bill will be far more expensive than
Yes.
whatever item
it
you're
in
planning on buying.
perspective.
So if somebody gets to it before you, let them get it to you before you and shrug it off, because that's about all you can do.
Don't be a douche. That's the
Yep.
meaning of life now.
Will Wheaton said it best.
Don't be a dick.
Yes. I think we can end on that, right? That's a
Yeah.
positive note.
That's a positive note. Yes.
Eat your turkey. I don't know. I had to sing it.
I was going to let you keep going. I thought there was more. All right. Again, happy Thanksgiving, people. And for the Nerd Effect News Show, we have been,
Macamogan.
Mason, Ireland.
and I am Dustin Vancouver. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.